Hey, John Sodmaz from SimpleProgrammer.com. I was planning to do something else today, doing some writing, but I ended up getting a little bit sidetracked, and my schedule's all changed around. So hey, instead of fighting it, I'm just going to go with the flow. I drank a bunch of caffeine, had a Starbucks Americano, and so I am energized up. So let's record some YouTube videos. All right. So let's get right into it here. I've got an email here. And I'm going to skip the name, even the first name, because I don't want this to, this could be sensitive. So anyway, now this email says, I really enjoy your columns and videos. Thanks for sharing your insights. Recently, I read your article about how to negotiate your salary, and I am the first to admit that I always seem to accept an offer way too quickly and regret it later. For instance, I was out of work and I was given what I thought was a fair hourly rate. I needed a job/money, so I accepted the offer rather quickly. I didn't know what the actual going rate for my skills was at the time. Needless to say, a couple months later I find out how much underpaid I really am compared to the other developers contracting at this company. His contract is for 18 plus months, and I'm near 6 months into it. My question to you is, should I try to renegotiate my contract's hourly rate, or should I finish the 18 months before, but being a little wiser? It's quite a lot of money to be missing out on for the next year, but I don't like going back on my word. Thanks in advance for any of your help. So here's the deal with this one. First of all, let me just say, don't worry about going back on your word. You're not really going back on your word if you renegotiate your contract. I happen to know that you're in the United States here, and the employment is basically at will, or at least in most places. But essentially, especially as a consultant doing contracting work, you're not under any long-term obligation. And let me clarify this and explain this, because this would apply to anyone in a similar situation. But here's the deal. Unless they have given you an 18-month contract that says they will pay you guaranteed for 18 months, that you're guaranteed this time and guaranteed this pay, and they're going to pay you, no matter what, aside from you being delinquent or not showing up, then that's a different story. But and even then I would say renegotiate, because hey, what have you got to lose? But that's not the case here, right? At least I'm assuming they did. I've never seen that. If you've got a contract that says you're guaranteed 18 months, well, I've never seen that. Most likely what it is they're telling you that there's a contract that's probably going to last 18 months, right? And you are assuming that you're going to be able to stay that long on that contract. But the reality of the situation is if tomorrow they have a tactical change of strategy, right, and they decide they no longer need you or no longer need your services, I'm pretty sure that you'll get the old pink slip, and you will be out on your own. So do not misplace your loyalty by giving them more loyalty than they would give you. This is business. This isn't personal in this situation. So don't worry about it. It's not like you're going back on your word. It's not like you have a firm contract and you've agreed to a certain amount of time and a certain amount of money. And now you're saying, well, wait a minute. It's not like you bought something, agreed to buy a car for one price, and then you are going back on your word. It's nothing like that at all. So with that said, here's what you want to do. You definitely want to renegotiate this, and you might want to consider even taking another job. I mean, you're 6 months into this contract. You're talking about this contract lasting at least another year, probably, right? That's a long time. If you're being severely underpaid, which you sounds like you are, and you know of this, then you really want to make sure that you don't let this go very much longer, right? So I would attack this two ways, right? First of all, you make a good case for what your rate should be, and go to your current company, this current contract, and renegotiate that rate. But don't say like, look, all these other people are making this amount of money, because yeah, that might be true, and that you might be able to get a better rate doing that. Come in with two pieces here, right? I'm splitting again on another prong, but we'll get to the other thing I was going to tell you to do in a minute. But basically, you want to come in and you want to say, look, here's what I know that the market rate is and what other people doing similar things are being paid. So yes, you do want to do that. But second, you want to come in and say, look what I am doing for you. Look at the results that I'm getting. Look at, I've been here 6 months, and here's the work I'm doing, right? Here's what I'm accomplishing for you. Here's why you should pay me the market rate, or even more than the market rate, right? And have me stick around. So come in with that, and that's going to be a much stronger position, right? You're going to have to decide whether or not you're going to basically say take it or leave, like you must pay me more or I am gone, right? Obviously do this in a not in those terms, right? Don't put it exactly like that, but communicate that message, right? You want to have some soft skills when you do this, but do it in a but definitely make the message clear that you will quit, right? At the same time though, so going on that second avenue of attack of what you should do, go and start sending your resume out, start looking for other positions to see if and possibly interviewing for these so that you have other options, right? It's just from reading your email, I get the impression that you're the kind of person that would not want to be in a situation where you had to turn someone down, where you led someone on believing that you're going to work for them, or you've gone through the interview process, and then you say, no, wait a minute, this person is going to pay me more, sorry. But you got to get over that, because that's going to hurt your career. You got to realize that this is not personal, this is business. I mean, I'm not saying to be like a cold-hearted, just chasing money person. No one likes that either. But at the same time, this is business. It's okay to show a little bit of business acumen and to be willing to go for the higher pay and to expect to be paid what you're worth. You're a professional, right? So just treat it as business. If you go and you interview for 3 or 4 companies, you get a couple of offers. You're weighing that against the offer with the current contract that you're at. It's all business. It's not personal. Do things in a nice way, but do not worry about that. Don't be afraid to do that. It's a little uncomfortable. Heck, I've been in this situation, and it's uncomfortable. But you get over that. You're going to have to get over that if you really want to expand your career, because this is how you make money in the software development industry. This is how you climb up the ladder, right? Is you basically bounce. I'm not saying like you take like 3-month contracts and keep on trying to get higher, but a year, a 2-year, whatever, and then you renegotiate, you look for another contract, right? Especially as a contractor or consultant, this is how you climb up the ladder and climb up your rates, is you do this. So you need to get comfortable doing this. Don't worry, again, about, you're not going back on your word. Totally, do this I know that you're going to do this in the right way, because I can tell from the tone of your email. But so just, don't be afraid. Be a little bit more bold a little bit more aggressive and bold than you feel comfortable. It'll stretch you a little bit, and you don't have to worry about that, because you're probably not the kind of person that's going to take it too far. So don't worry about it. Go out there and get what you're worth, and you'll thank yourself, right? Because later down the road, when you see the steps that got you where you are, it's going to be these kind of uncomfortable things that you have to do in order to a lot of people just leave the status quo, and you can't do that. You've got to be the kind of person that goes after it, and I know you are, because you emailed me. So hopefully that helps you. Email me back. Let me know how it went. I'll share the news on this channel if we've got some news to share. But hopefully this helps any one of you out there in that similar situation. All right, if you like this video, here's what to do. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And of course, like the video if you like it. And if you think this would help someone, go ahead and share it out. Appreciate it. Trying to grow the YouTube channel, trying to reach more people and help more people. This is all free, the free content that I produce out here. So I definitely would appreciate you spreading the word. And thank you for everyone that's been listening to these videos. Man, this is it's really been awesome just seeing how many people are supporting me and liking what I'm producing and giving me the encouragement to keep doing this. So really appreciate it. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you next time. I've drank way too much caffeine, so take care.